All right, so Saturday morning, headed to go teach my group class. I've mentioned before I have a drop-in group class. All my clients are welcome to attend anytime, probably about 2-3 times a month, usually on a weekend morning. It's a really nice way to supplement the one-on-one training. Training is training the owners and the dogs together. There's no denying it. That's just how it goes. I've learned dogs have a pretty good sense of somebody's potential to be their pack leader, to create structure, order, clear direction in their presence. And when you present yourself, a lot of times that's all you need to do. They know the energy. They can see the seed before it ripens, whatever you want to call it. And on the other side of it, dogs can sense when someone doesn't have that potential, or someone is trying to get their needs fulfilled versus the needs of the actual dog, or just not even just seeing it, right? So the dogs will pick up on that and act out if they have that potential, if they're more hypervigilant, wired to kind of be sensitive to all the interactions, stimuli, transitions, environments that they're presented to or exist within. So anyways, that's what the class is for. People come together, access me, be around other clients. A lot of dogs I see struggle with reactivity, usually on a leash. So it's a great way to initially have dogs be around each other in a controlled, structured, collective way where they're, again, like a pack, all doing simultaneous commands, and the owners are in the same collective mindset. It's great, and it also is a way clients can, again, have access to training in addition to the one-on-one, so they can always, even after our one-on-one training we're done with, they can still come to that anytime. I always make sure my clients, if they're doing the work and putting in the effort, I am going to be there for them as much as they need me to help them with that process to get their dog on track training-wise. So that's that. I was going to talk about something, and then it just kind of came out of my mind. I was going to start with this, tell you about like what I have planned and a little bit about my classes, and then I just kind of got a brain cloud. Let me think for a sec. I don't think I can remember, so that's fine. But yeah, that's where we're at. I'm back from Alaska. I've been back for a couple days. House stuff, I actually signed off on the closing for the house in Alaska, so they're going to report that on record. I guess it's Monday, so then the house is officially out of my hands. I will get my money for that, the proceeds, and then we're scheduled to close on the house in California August 28th. There's some things that we still have to do, like appraisals and whatnot, but it seems like that'll be on track for the end of this month also. That's great. Really, really happy to get out of this tiny apartment. I'm not complaining because I had anywhere to live. I've lived out of my car, so I know what it's like to not even know where you're going to sleep at night and not have a bathroom. And so I'm happy to have anywhere. But I live with a big Rottweiler. I've got stuff. I've got a life. I need to stretch out. I like a yard. I like to sit outside. And when you're in an apartment, that's limited. So I did it. It's been 15 months. The lease ends at the end of September 10th. And so that's that. I had to come back here, kind of put my nose down, focus on work for a year, and good things happen. I not only got myself out of almost $100,000 worth of debt, I actually put myself in a position where I'm now buying a house all in a year and a half. I'm proud of myself. I really am. Sometimes I get down on me, but I hate saying it like this, but there's some people who think that they can figure things out better than me, and they know me, and they tell me, Brett, the way you are, well, you know what? Do what I do. Accomplish what I've accomplished while you're 100% committing yourself to helping people. It's easy to make money if you're not having scruples, like if you want to just rip people off, and a lot of people just do crappy, jobs like goods, they just moving one thing to another. They're a Peter to Paul, or they're, salesmen, and I'm a salesman. I have to sell my services, but selling something that isn't a good service, selling something that isn't a good product, selling something because you're desperate. And again, there's good people that are salesmen. I think, if you're a salesman, and I actually was a salesman. I used to work for Jordan Belfort. If you ever saw the movie The Wolf of Wall Street, I was a trainee in one of those firms for a year and a half when I was young, 18, 19 years old, back in New York. So I know what sales are, and I think it really did help me understand how to communicate with potential customers, because it did put me in a position where I was talking to a lot of potential customers, 500 calls a day we had to make, because they always hang up on you. It was really abusive we were taking, but it was mean to them too. Why are we interfering with these hardworking people in the middle of their day, aggressively selling them a crap product? And when I realized that it wasn't what they were, we thought we were helping people. They tell us, all the trainees, that we were making people money, and you're changing lives and putting people's children in college and retirement for families and blah blah, and it's not. They were selling shit IPOs, fake it was just, you can look into it, but that Stratton Oakmont stuff, Jordan, it was really a scam. But again, like once I saw that, I was out of there. And then the rest of my life, I devoted myself to helping animals. And I'm not pious. I've made a good living doing it, but I wake up every day not with an intention of how I'm going to get over on people. I try to be very upfront about my pricing. I try to give people above and beyond what they think that more than the value that they think they're getting. You know, and that's what I live my life by. I would feel bad about myself if nothing else. It's not about making money. If you can make a lot of money and you don't have, and you feel like you're doing wrong, I guess that's how a lot of people live. But anyway, what was the point of this? But yeah, I was just talking about, you know, people just not come from the same cloth. But yeah, people who have a lot. There's some people who've had some things to say to me, like they knew better how to navigate life, whatever it is. It's like, again, dogs, I guess it's going to sound really crappy, so please take it from how I'm intending it. Dogs are an animal that lives in its own, like it's a dog, right? There's nothing that's going to influence it. A dog's not going to be influenced by religion, by society, by politics. A dog is just going to be a dog. They're influenced by our relationship and what we've taught them in life and how they exist with us, but like they're not going to like respond to me in a contrived way. They're either going to listen to me or they're not going to listen to me. So here's what I ask. I mean, it's going to sound so egotistic, and I'm not. I'm just trying to teach. It's just the literal reality. I'm autistic. I'm going to say the literal reality. What do you want from me? A dog is an inherent animal species that doesn't have all those things tied to it. They're going to be what they are in the presence of who they're around. Why is it that in so many cases, as reported by many, many unrelated people, so it's not my interpretation or opinion of it, this is just what it is. It can be videotaped and played back as evidence and seeing true to what I'm saying. Why are dogs able to, when I appear to them, I present myself to them, without even doing training, I'm just in that, why do they act differently? Why do they gravitate towards me? Because a dog can act differently due to motivations that are not pure, bribery, fear. But I say, Brett, my dogs usually go wild when people show up, and you just came here and they're calm. Or the dog, you know, so what is that I'm seeing? Because it's what I'm seeing. Because I know what I see is not what everyone sees, because people get mad at me, and this is the point I'm making. But what I'm seeing, dogs inherently can act calm, balanced, and gravitate towards without anything other than my essence and my thinking creating that energy state that projects to them. Where on the other side of the coin, dogs act wild and balanced, discontented in the presence of many other people. And usually those people that they're more potentially to be that way, and they're not willing, and sometimes it's innocent, it's like, well, I didn't know, that's what worked with my last dog, or that's what felt right to me, but I'm hearing what you're saying, we're going to make changes, and that's fine. That's an open, empathetic, self-aware person. But some people, you will point this out to them, like, hey, do you see your dog's listening and calm around me, and there's an issue, you've got to change. They fight, they kick, they scream, and the world's got a lot of that kind of mindset of people. Narcissism. But what again is it that I'm seeing and sensing and projecting to an inherently existing animal? It is what it is. There's nothing influencing it and how it's going to interpret those around it. I know I'm taking a long time. This is a fucking preamble and a half here. Why is that? Am I seeing something that's not on kilter? And when I'm talking in that same vein, that literal as it exists, which is what people on the spectrum are real good at, and people hate it because people live in this kind of false, kind of weird, nuanced thing where you don't mean what you say. Dogs don't like that. So again, who's seeing it for what it is? Who's got the better grasp on reality here? I talk like this and people get so mad, and I'm not trying to brag, okay? But I have to tell you, this is truth, and this is something that people just, and again, there's people in my personal life, it's like when I'm being me, which is fine with these dogs, and it's like they get so upset at me, and so mad, and so avoidant, and so dismissive, and so giving me advice that what I'm doing is not on track, but it's like, you don't do that. You haven't done what I've done. Again, the point of this all starting here was because I'm saying, like, I wake up every day trying to help people, and I'm putting myself in these positions where I'm being, rewarded and having all these great things happen. What do you think? It's because I'm not seeing it for what it is. you know, again, sometimes I do wish I was kind of blinding myself and putting that veil over me like so many people do. Allistic thinking where you're just kind of floating. I'm not wired to. I can't, because people want to force me. Psychology. Let the autistic people be what they are. I'm telling you, if you just let us be free, you know, train us how to when we're young, or guide us, or give us, you know, as to how to navigate the world around those who aren't going to get us and react to us. But for the most part, let us be how we are. Let us be open. Let us be unfiltered. As long as we're not trying to hurt anyone and our intentions are pure, the truth is just something that you don't want to hear, and you've been getting away with hiding it around other people that think like you, but we see right through it. Please don't get mad at us and say such abusive, horrible things to us. I've had people, I mean, even I'm going to say it, my own brother is a psychologist, who I'm not even talking to now because of this, has some of the most awful things he said to me when I was just either stimming or sharing or downloading or excited. In fact, you know, even when he had a puppy, I was so excited to share all this info as an autistic person, and actually someone who pays a lot of money to hear the same info downloaded to them as clients, was so avoidant, so dismissive, so reactive to me. I had to let it go for a while. But yeah, again, that's not the way. It makes us feel terrible. That's where our mental health struggles come in. It's how you people react to us. Again, these dogs are being so misinterpreted by their humans, and so the wrong reaction is happening so often. It's again, the dog sense it, and it frustrates him, makes him feel so alone. Right? I've never felt so alone as when I'm in therapy and the therapist is so thinking like a neurotypical, and I'm like, you know, and he's just so and then he's trying to get me to see things, not see things, to cover the things I see so I can function in society better. It's like, why are you trying to punish me for having a gift that allows me to see something that, because other people don't, it helps animals, but now you're trying to put the lid back on it. That's sick. That's such a lack of empathy, and such a lack of, especially you hear me, I talk, I articulate, I share, I explain everything, and I don't embellish. I just tell you what it is. And, you know, again, like it's been, that's why I avoid therapy, because of the fact that, you know, I have anxiety and things. I could have just someone to talk to and get some life advice. This is what they're like. My brother, he's a good-hearted man. He means well, but he doesn't even understand himself enough to be in a position. Maybe he helps other people who think like him, and there's plenty of them. But like, I could see how an autistic person would be really having a hard time with that. I mean, the way I've been, you know, I come in and I also, you know, as a person on the spectrum, we have a very limited social life. It's hard for us. So when I have a brother who I love, who's one of the closest people in my life, and I come in, I haven't seen him in 2 months, and I want to share. It's turning into a therapy session, by the way. I'm aware of what I'm doing. It's not like I'm doing this without seeing myself like you're seeing me too. But, and I wanted to share about what's going on in my life. He's like, come on now, this isn't the Brett show. That really hurt me. I was so excited to see them. The way I connect with people is I share things, or when they're talking about something, I want to share something similar of an experience or something that I can relate to, so they know that I'm really engaged and care and relating to them. That's how we communicate. And again, as a psychologist, you should have some understanding of how autistic people are. There's enough TikTok videos, if nothing else. And yeah, that hurt me. It hurt me to this day. And it's like 4 years ago it happened, 3-4 years ago. It's like the Brett show. It's like, what do you think? I'm a narcissist like you? No, I feel too much. I care too much. All I thought about was how can I'm so excited seeing Brett. It's like, you're not the one who drove all the way to see. I mean, he would never come up and see me. I live where I live for a year. I forced him to come once to come pick me up for our ride to where we're going, but never coming, nothing. Again, that hurts. And that's why I guess I'll share it, download it on here. Anyway, I think we're good. I think we're getting too into the weeds here. But yeah, thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe if you like what I'm doing here. Feedback is really encouraging. And if you have questions, dog related and all that good stuff, I love it. Thank you. Okay, let me turn around. Okay, thank you.